Dear child, today, the angels are gently whispering a truth that your heart has always known, but your mind may still be struggling to accept. There is a love in your life that feels different from any other. A connection that seems to transcend time, space, and circumstances, even when you try to move on or let go. This love keeps coming back into your heart and mind. It's a love that is not just emotional, but spiritual. It has a purpose that goes beyond what is visible or understandable in the moment. The angels want you to face this love with courage, even if it brings discomfort, pain, or doubt. It is here for a reason. Imagine standing in front of a mirror. You see your reflection. But as you look deeper, you begin to see not just yourself, but also all the emotions, memories, and experiences you've shared with this person. Every tear that fell, every smile, every word spoken and unspoken. All of it is reflected back at you. These emotions are not random. They are there to reveal something deeper about your own soul. They are telling you a truth that your heart already knows, but that your mind might be avoiding or trying to rationalize. This love carries profound lessons that have shaped you, often in ways you might not fully understand yet. Even in silence, it has taught you about yourself deep within you. You may realize that it is not the other person you fear, but the parts of yourself that this love brings to the surface. This love is not just a connection between two people. It is a mirror of your own heart. It shows you both your strengths and your vulnerabilities. It asks you to grow, to heal, and most importantly to accept yourself. To love someone deeply is to confront the deepest parts of your soul, and this can be both beautiful and frightening. Think for a moment about a flame that never goes out. It may flicker in the wind, but it cannot be extinguished. This is how this love feels. It is constant, though, sometimes quiet and always present. It may be unsettling at times, intense and confusing, yet also warm and comforting. If you've ever asked yourself, "Why can't I let this go?" The angels want you to understand that this is not a weakness on your part, but rather a sign that this love is part of your higher purpose. It is here to help you evolve, to grow into the person you were always meant to be. The resistance you feel in accepting this truth is not a mistake. It's a natural response to facing something unfamiliar, something bigger than yourself. True love challenges us to leave our comfort zones, face old fears, and become something more than we were before. Imagine navigating through an ocean not knowing what the next wave might bring. You cannot control the sea, but you learn to sail with the wind. This love is like that. It's not something you can fully control or predict, but through it, you learn how to navigate life in ways you never could. Before, the angels want you to know that this love, no matter how difficult, is an essential part of your journey. It may not define who you are, but it lights the way forward, showing you the path of your evolution. You can choose how you want to respond to it, whether to engage fully with it or to distance yourself. But you can't ignore what it has awakened within you. It has sparked something deep inside, and that something is important for your growth. True love never asks you to lose yourself in the process. It asks you to transform, to evolve, but never at the cost of your essence. The angels are here by your side, reminding you that it is safe to feel, to reflect, and to live through this experience. There will be moments of conflict when your heart and mind seem to be at odds. Your heart may feel deeply, while your mind tries to deny or understand it through logic. This struggle is a natural part of the human experience. Love, especially deep and transformative love, does not follow human logic. It cannot be explained. It must be lived. It's like trying to capture the wind. You feel its presence, but you cannot hold it. It's elusive yet real. At times you may wonder, why does this person still occupy so much space in my soul? Or why can't I move on completely? The angels say this is not by accident. There is a purpose behind it. This love is not a distraction or a mistake. It is a crucial part of your spiritual journey, guiding you towards something deeper. The angels explain that the reason this love keeps coming back is because it is drawing your attention to something you need to learn, accept, or transform every time it reappears. It's like a reminder, a nudge from the universe to pay attention to what it's teaching you before we continue. Take a moment to affirm, I trust in divine purposes and accept what the universe has for me. There is also reason for the inner maybe experience. Your mind trying to protect you from tells you, but your heart there. Evil TRSP pulls you towards this love. This dance between fear and courage is part of the process. True love is vulnerable, and vulnerability is difficult and often scary. But the angels want you to know that there is no growth without challenge. Opening yourself to love, even knowing that you might get hurt, is a powerful act of courage. Think about a garden that has been neglected over time. The plants may seem dead, but with care, water, and light, they begin to bloom again. This love is like that garden. It holds memories that may seem dormant, but if nurtured, it can grow into something beautiful and unexpected. The question is, are you willing to walk those seeds, or will you leave them to wither? The angels are aware that you may fear what this love could bring after all. Opening yourself to it might mean confronting old wounds or accepting truths you've been avoiding. But they remind you that true love is not here to destroy. It is here to rebuild what was broken within you and in your relationship with this person. The angels tell a story about a woman who struggled with her feelings for someone she loved. She tried everything to escape, but over time she realized that the real pain was not caused by the love itself, but by her resistance to accepting it when she finally allowed herself to face the truths. This love revealed, she found a peace she had never known before. It didn't come from the other person. It came from within herself. The angels are not asking you to make quick decisions. They only ask that you listen to your heart honestly and allow the answers to come in their own time. If this love is meant to flourish, it will find a way. If not, it will leave you with valuable lessons that will guide you to the next chapter of your life stronger and wiser. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Trust in the process. Love's journey is never a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, but every step has meaning. Pain, though difficult, is a teacher that everyone encounters at some point in their lives. The angels want you to understand that even if love feels like a burden, it is still working in your favor. It's helping you become who you are meant to be. Think of it as a stone being polished into a diamond. Every difficult moment, every tear, every challenge is helping shape you into something stronger and more beautiful. The angels understand that the pain of unrequited or challenging love is unique. It's like walking through a dark forest, unsure of where the path leads. But they want you to remember that this forest has a purpose. It is teaching you to trust your own life. Even in darkness there is a path, and only you can find it. The angels want you to know that pain does not mean this love is doomed. It may be a sign that both of you need to grow, but for that to happen, both of you must be willing to face the truth about who you are and what you truly need. It's not about changing the other person or pretending to be something you're not. It's about allowing yourself to be authentic and vulnerable and trusting that true connection will come when both hearts are open. The angels share the story of a man and a woman who loved each other but could not understand each other. He was afraid to open up, and she was afraid of losing herself in the relationship. Years passed before they realized they were both running from the same truths. When they finally allowed themselves to be honest with each other and with themselves, they found a deeper, more meaningful connection. The angels want to remind you that it's okay to feel pain. It's temporary, and it's part of your healing process. While the pain may come and go, the lessons it brings are lasting and can guide you toward deeper growth. Remember, love is never about shrinking yourself, giving up your peace, or sacrificing who you are. True love lifts you up and helps you grow even through the difficult times. If this love is aligned with your life's purpose, it will heal you, not cause more suffering. So right now, give yourself permission to breathe, feel, and trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you to where you need to be. If at any point you feel you can't go on, know that the angels are there to hold your hand, guiding you with love and reminding you that you are never alone. There is a light shining on the horizon of this love. Even if it feels distant right now, that light represents clarity and understanding that love is not just about the other person, but about what it awakens in you. The angels want you to reflect on the last time you felt the intensity of love. Perhaps it was a moment of longing or a sudden memory that surprised you. This connection, even though it seems challenging at times, is a bridge between who you were and who you're meant to become. The angels want you to understand that through this love, you are being called to grow and evolve. This love is not just about the other person. It's about discovering your truest self, aligning with your heart's truth, and following your soul's path. Think about how many times you've built walls around yourself to protect your heart, convincing yourself that you wouldn't care anymore, or that you would just move on without looking back. But love, dear soul, cannot be contained. It is not meant to be locked away behind walls. Love was made to expand, to transform, and sometimes that means breaking down barriers to make room for something greater. Before I continue, take a moment to say, I choose the light of love to guide my path. Now let's go deeper. Even if you're struggling to understand your emotions, something profound is happening inside of you. Every tear you shed, every thought you revisit, is bringing you closer to a more authentic version of yourself. It's as if the layers of who you thought you were are being peeled away, revealing a purer, stronger, more radiant version of you. Imagine a woman who, after years of experiencing unrequited love, chooses to use that pain as fuel for her personal transformation. She reconnects with a passion she had once abandoned. Perhaps painting, writing, or creating in some other form. She finds a way to express herself that words alone couldn't capture. Over time, she realizes that the love she was seeking from others was actually waiting for her within herself all along. Dear soul, this kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight, and the angels ask you to be kind and patient with yourself during this process. Don't blame yourself for still caring, still loving, or not having all the answers right away. Loving takes courage every day that you choose to continue living. Even when it feels difficult, you are showing immense strength and bravery. The angels also want you to know that this love isn't here to punish you. It has come to set you free from the fear of not being enough, from the belief that you need someone to complete you, and from the idea that true love requires you to sacrifice your peace, your joy, or who you are. This love is an invitation for you to remember your own completeness, to recognize that you are whole as you are. There is great power in choosing to love even in the face of doubt and fear. This is not weakness, it is strength. And remember, true love is never wasted. It always finds a way to return to you. Whether through the person you love or through life itself, the angels are asking you to trust the flow of divine timing. You may not yet see the full purpose of this experience, but they want to assure you that every step you take is leading you towards something greater. Every difficulty, every challenge is guiding you to a greater understanding of yourself and your purpose. Even if you can't see the end result right now, know that one day it will all make sense. If you are worried about the future, remember that it is built on the choices you make now, the decisions you make today to love yourself, to care for your heart, and to allow yourself to dream again are the foundation for what is to come. And the angels promise that what is coming is beautiful, because it will reflect the light you are nurturing within yourself. Often we look for explanations and answers outside of ourselves, but the angels want you to understand that the key to understanding this love is already inside you. The answers are within your heart. They want you to connect with the essence of this experience, to see what it has to teach you. Love is like a mirror. It reflects both the parts of you that you love and the parts you avoid. It brings to light not just your greatest dreams, but also your biggest fears. You may feel more vulnerable than ever, but the angels say that vulnerability is not weakness. In fact, vulnerability is a rare strength. It's through vulnerability that you connect with what is real and essential in life. Resisting your feelings may seem like a form of protection, but it will only prolong the lessons that this love came to teach you before continuing. Take a moment to affirm, "I accept the truth of my heart," and trust in divine healing. Now let's continue accepting the truth of what you feel. Doesn't mean giving up or forcing something to happen. It simply means recognizing that regardless of where this love leads, it has already given you something valuable, a deep invitation to heal and grow. Think of love as a flame. It can either warm you or burn you depending on how you approach it. Resisting the flame may cause pain, but allowing it to illuminate your path will bring clarity and understanding. Even though this flame may feel uncontrollable at times, it is being guided by the angels. They want you to use it as a source of light, not as a destructive force. Imagine a woman who, after years of carrying the weight of a complicated and painful relationship, finally chooses to face her own truths. Instead of focusing on what the other person did or didn't do, she looks inward. She discovers that the loneliness she feared was actually the gateway to her freedom over time. She realizes that the love she sought from others was already within herself. The angels want you to reflect on what this love has taught you so far. Maybe it has shown you your resilience, your capacity for forgiveness, or the importance of setting healthy boundaries. But most of all, it has revealed your strength to keep believing. God bless you. Type Amen if you believe.